Hi Charmers! Hi! Darlene here. I have makeup artist Ali here with me today, and we are creating this makeup look. Did you hear that? Who was that? I don't know. Well, as I was saying, we are creating this makeup look today for October's model shoot. You're having two looks in one. You're having this one and also Johnny's. So if you want to see how Ali created this look on me, keep on watching.
To create this look, I'm going to use the Baked Browns palette by Dose of Colors. This palette has a really nice design. It offers a beautiful mirror. It has 5 lovely matte warm brown shades. And it comes with this really nice brush. I love the size of it. It gives you really great detail work. I'm going to start off by layering a lighter shade, kind of like a vanilla tone shade on the actual ball of the lid. I'm going to press it in to create that natural highlight. So I just kind of work the color in all over the ball of the lid. This palette is really pigmented, guys, so you really want to just gently press. You don't want to dig your brush in too much. It will really give you a lot of pigment. I'm going to layer a few tones. I'm going to start by layering some color into the crease using this second shade. It has a little bit more of a sandy beige color. I'm just going to start to cut the crease just ever so slightly, rounding off my shape. I'm going to go into the next couple colors. Always tap off just a little excess, and I just kind of again go into the crease and create a little bit more depth in the eye so that when she opens her eye, you'll be able to see that nice shape and the nice color. I'm gonna go on this outer corner here using our last color in the palette. It has like a chocolatey, velvety kind of look to it when it's applied on the lid, and it's gonna deepen that outer corner just so it creates that shape, that little bit of smokiness that we're gonna look for on that look that we're recreating. I'm also gonna take my brush and I'm kind of gonna go in a V shape, and I'm just gonna go a little bit underneath, go ahead and up. So I just like to take what is left on my brush and just kind of go under the lash line. So I'm just gonna go back in just to give a little bit more of a blend so it looks very seamless. I'm gonna go in with our 3 shades here in the middle, and I'm just gonna kind of lightly tap my brush, get my excess off there, and that kind of like diffuses that last brown color that gives it a nice, warm, smoky, soft blend. I also will take a clean brush and blend the ridge of our crease so that it looks very, very effortless, seamless, and we won't have any hard lines. I like to do things in very small layers so that I can get the best payoff. So I just kind of go back in over each step one more time using a little bit of that dark brown. Now going back in with the 3 warm tones just to blend it out and give it that depth. Now look up for me, and we're gonna go back under the lash line. So it's just gonna create that nice base for our liner. I'm gonna create a very dramatic black wing liner. It's gonna go into a cat eye shape, and then it's gonna go across the bottom with a very sharp point at the inner corner. To do so, I'm gonna start off with a kohl black eyeliner from Hollywood and Vine. I like to take my kohl eyeliners first, and I like to warm them up on my hand. Because your body is warm, it's gonna create some heat on the pencil so it's able to move a little smoother, because kohl tends to stick sometimes.
I didn't know that trick. You learn something every day.
So I'm just gonna line the top part of her lid. This does not have to be super perfect, guys, because I'm gonna smoke it out a little bit. To create the cat eye shape, I like to go right where I created that nice socket, which is at the corner of her eyelid. If she looks straight, it's gonna come out ever so slightly, but it will come out at a nice angle. And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect because I'm gonna make this a little smoky. So I'm just gonna kind of just drag it, just get the pigment on there with the pencil. Next up, I'm just gonna take a nice little, I like to call these like pencil brushes, and I'm just gonna go right on it. I have still some of those warm tones, and I'm just gonna kind of blend it just a little bit, just so it's creating a little bit of a smokiness to the liner. And as you guys can see, as I drag the brush up, it kind of drags and elongates that cat eye look. Next step, I'm gonna go back in with my pencil. I'm gonna have you look up. I'm gonna connect the bottom from the top. So I'm just gonna kind of draw just a little bit. It's really important to connect these looks, guys. I'm gonna take my pencil brush again. I'm gonna have you look straight out at the audience, and I'm going to just take my brush and drag it along that line. Also like to do a little bit with taking some of the shadows from the palette, especially that really deep, rich chocolatey brown. You can kind of just take a little bit and blend that black just to give a little bit more of a smokier effect. And remember guys, you can always clean up a little bit with a Q-tip, so always keep those on handy. To get that really detailed work of the inner part of the cat eye, I'm just gonna take a gel liner. You can use any gel liner that you love, and I'm gonna take a really sharp brush, something like this. You're gonna wanna use something a little bit more sharp so that you can get a little bit more detail work on the eye. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna start right where we have that liner, and I'm just gonna bring it down. And it's also gonna bring back the color a little bit more. I like to lift the lid whenever I'm working on a client. Now I'm gonna do this inside part of her waterline up top with that sharp edge, so it gives it kind of a point. I'm gonna take a Q-tip and clean up some areas here just so it makes it look a little bit sharper, a little bit more clean. All right, this is the trickiest part, guys. So what you're gonna wanna do is you're going to want to follow your line all the way across the bottom, and we're gonna kind of give it that sharp edge that I was talking about in the inner corner of the eye. So look straight for me and look up. So I'm gonna go all the way across, again, following that, and I'm gonna create this little point. It almost goes at a point down. As you can see, it's created this really nice inner corner pointy shape to the eye. And I'm gonna go back into my Baked Brows Dose of Colors palette, and I'm going to use, again, that brown color. I'm gonna take this nice fluffy end of the brush, and I'm gonna dip just the slightest amount of the brown, and I'm gonna go right along that black. So look up for me. And it's gonna create that diffused, smoky look. The most important part of this look, we're gonna use the smallest end of the brush. This is gonna give us a really nice fine point to add in that highlight where we've created the dark, and now we're gonna add the light. Give it a little tap. And I'm just gonna go in that little area there. Now, if you go over your line, because this is fine line detailing, just take your sharp and kind of go back over it one more time.
Oh my God. Where is she going? Now I have to really look for a place to go, Allie, because this is a moment, people.
We're gonna do the other eye off camera and apply some lashes, and we'll come back with the final look. This is our final look using our Baked Browns palette from Dose of Colors.
Well, thank you so much, Allie. I loved it. She slayed. And now let's check out Johnny's look.
We're going to use blushing berries, and we're going to start with Berry Chic, a dusty blush pink, all over the lid to create a seamless blend. Going into the crease and into the inner corner of the eye. We're going to take the same color, look up for me, and go underneath the lash line. We're going to take a smaller brush, use Roseberry, which is a brown rose, and press it into the lid. We're going to take the Roseberry again and run it across the lower lash line. We're going to take the brush that we used with Berry Chic and just blend. Yeah.
I love these eyeshadows because I feel like they are really easy to blend.
Yeah.
Every time that I use any of the Dose of Colors eyeshadows, I really feel like they blend really easy, and especially with the mattes, because you know their mattes are always really good.
Right.
Their formula is amazing to blend.
We're going to use mixed berries and press it into the lash line.
I feel like mixed berry is one of those colors that you don't, when you see it on the palette, it's like not too impressive, but when you put it on the eye, it's like drama, and it just like brings the look together.
Right, and it brings all the tones together as well.
It's a good transition between all of them in that palette.
Yeah. We're going to use the same brush that we used with Berry Chic and blend everything together. Now we're going to use Berry Pop, which is a cool raspberry tone. And we're gonna place it on the inner corner and just press it in to get the most pigment. So now we're going to add a black liner, Luna by Luna. We're going to take it into the lash line and just really smush it into the lashes. This is a great technique for someone who has a small lid space or hooded eyes.
Like me.
It creates drama within the lash without taking up lid space so you can open. Now we're gonna take the liner and draw on top so we can smoke it out. We're gonna use the Dose of Color brush, this pointy tip.
That's tiny. I love using the brush to do my highlight on my nose because it's like the perfect size to do just the inner of my nose, or the inner corner of my eyes. It's really good.
Or to smudge it out.
Which is what we're about to do.
Yay. So now we're just going back and forth, and now going underneath the lash line.
I'm feeling my fantasy, girl. I can feel it already. I can feel that the look
The drama is coming.
Almost there.
We're blending everything together to make sure that we have a seamless blend and everything flows together. Okay. So now we're going to use Berry Pop to create a more intense, cool raspberry tone. And we're going to press it in just in the center and a little bit above the crease. We're going to take a clean brush that's fluffy and just blend the edges. We're gonna go back with the liner. And we're also going to put it into the waterline. Now we're gonna take the small pointy brush and we're just gonna smoke it out just a bit, just by pressing and running in the other direction. We're going to take Berry Chic into the inner corner, like that, and underneath the lash line.
Okay, charmers, so we're done with this look. As you can see, I have one eye and I'm about to do the other one off camera, apply some lashes, and we'll be right back. Okay, charmers, so that's it. With this, we finished this amazing eye look. Thank you so much for doing this. This has been amazing. And we really hope you like these 2 eye looks that we did in one video. So don't forget to click the thumbs up, click down below to subscribe, and also click that bell so you can get a notification whenever we post a new video. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye, charmers. Mwah.